students, here is your second part of computer application. We are moving to the depth of C++ programming. In this section, we are discussing about the various statements in C++ program. You all know that every C++ program begins with the preprocessor directive. That you know, the preprocessor directive is the hash statement. That means hash include statement. Preprocessor directive is used to attach a header file to our program. That is the importance of hash include statement. Then hash include statement, the preprocessor directive statement, it is used to attach a header file to our program. Then the preprocessor directive statements are followed by a using namespace statement. You all know that we are using a standard namespace, and STD is the abbreviation for the standard namespace. And then this using namespace statement is followed by main function. This is the essential function of a C++ program. Here the program execution starts and ends. This is the basic elements of a C++ program. That is hash include statement. Then it is followed by using namespace statement. It is followed by the main function. And the main function consists of all the declaration statements and set of executable statements required for solving the problem. That means the main function contains all the other statements. All the other statements in the program are included in which function? The main function. Now we can discuss each statement in detail. First one is declaration statement. From the name itself, we can understand that it is the statement for declaring. That is declaration statement. Using declaration statement, we are declaring some variables. What are variables? Variables are the identifiers of memory locations and are used in programs to refer data. You know that every variables should be declared before it is used in the program. They should be declared prior to their use in the program. Look at some examples of variable declaration. Int n, sum. It terminates with a semicolon. So we can say that n and sum are two variables of integer type. And look at the other example, float rad, area. There are two variables, rad and area, which are of floated type. And signed int a, b, c. Okay. You know that signed, unsigned are all what signed, unsigned, long, short are the type modifiers used in C++. So moving to the next category, we can provide values along with the declaration statement. Look at the example. Here we are declared one variable n of integer type and we give a value 10 to the variable n. So we can say that n is having the value 10. This kind of statement is known as variable initialization statement. That means we are providing values along with the declaration statement. We are providing values along with the declaration statement. These kinds of statements are called a variable initialization statement. Okay, so we can say that variable declaration and the initialization can be done simultaneously in a single line. Okay. Then moving to the next topic, you can see the example here. Constant int n equal to 10. Here is a constant is a keyword which restrict a change in the value of the variable. That means the value of n will be 10 in the entire program. That means we are fixing the value of a variable. So we can say that constant is a access modifier. Constant is an access modifier. We are restrict a change in the value of the variable, or we can say that we are fixing the value of a variable. So constant is an access specifier. Then moving to the second type of statements, that are input statement. We can simply say that the statement which is having an input operator is called a input statement. Look at the operator. This operator is called a extraction operator or get from operator. What are the specialities of this operator? It is a binary operator. So it requires how many operands? It requires 2 operands. So Cin is the first operand of this input statement, input operator, and the second operand strictly a variable. So we can say that the input operator is a binary operator, so it requires 2 operands. The first operand is the predefined identifier, that is Cin, which identifies keyboard as input object. So by using Cin, we can say that we are inputting a value from keyboard. So Cin operand specifies or identifies keyboard as the input object. The second operand is strictly a variable. The second operand is strictly a variable. Okay. Then moving to the second statement, next statement, output statement. The operator, output operator, that is also called the insertion operator or put to operator. Like input statement or input operator, the output operator is also a binary operator. That means it requires 2 operands. It requires 2 operands. The first operand is the predefined identifier, that is Cout, that identifies monitor as the output object. Cin specifies keyboard as the input object and Cout specifies monitor as the output object. But here the second operand may be a constant, a variable, or an expression. But in input statement, the second operand must be a variable. Keep in mind that the in input statement or in input operator, the second operand must be a variable, but in output operator, the second operand may be a constant, a variable, or an expression. Look at some examples of Cout statement. Cout hello, Cout area, Cout 25, Cout a plus b plus c. Look at some of examples. There are hello is a constant, string constant. Cout area is a variable. Cout 25 is a number, and Cout a plus b plus c, it is an expression. These are of examples of Cout statement. The next statement in C++ is assignment statement. We can say that the statement which is having assignment operator is called the assignment statement. Assignment operator is the statement in which assignment operator is called the assignment statement. A specific data is stored in memory locations using which operator? Using assignment operator, that is the equal sign. The equal sign is called the assignment operator. So we can say that a statement that contains equal is known as assignment statement. It is also a binary operator, and the operand to the left should be a variable, and the operand after equal may be a numeric constant, a variable, or an expression of numeric type. Look at some examples. N equal to 253. It is an integer value. Area equal to 3.14 into rad. That means it is an expression. A equal to B equal to use. We can use 2 or more assignment operator in a single line. Okay, we can use 2 or more assignment operators in a single line. These are the sum of the statements in C++. Okay, keep in mind every C++ program starts with a preprocessor directive statement, that is hash include statement, and it is followed by using namespace statement, and which is followed by main function. What is the speciality of main function? Main function, the execution of a program starts and ends in the main function. In main function, all the other statements are included in the main function. That are all the declaration statements and all the executable statements are included in the main function. So we are specifying the statements in detail. So we can say that there are mainly 4 categories of statements. Which are the 4 categories of statements? Declaration statement. By declaration statement, we are declaring a variable. And input statement. By using input statement, we are inputting a value to the program. And output statement. Output statement will give the output of the program or output of the task. And the next statement is assignment statement. The statement which contains an assignment operator is called the assignment statement. Okay. Then look at some more operators in C++. Look at these types, these Examples, these are arithmetic assignment operators. What are the specialties of arithmetic assignment operators? We are performing arithmetic operation and assignment operation simultaneously in a single line. We can say that plus equal, minus equal, star equal, division equal and modulus equals are the arithmetic assignment operators. Look at the examples. A plus equal to B implies that A equal to A plus B. So similarly, A minus equal to B specifies that A equal to A minus B. A star equal to B means A equal to A star B. A division equal B implies A equal to A by B. So we can say that these type of operators are arithmetic assignment operators. Arithmetic assignment operators. Then the next type of operators in C++ are increment and decrement operators. Increment and decrement operators. There are two forms of increment and decrement operators, that are pre-form and post-form. Pre-form and post-form. Look at the examples. A++, which means we are giving the increment operator after the operand, that is post-increment. Plus A means it is pre-increment. We are incrementing the value before the operand. Then the post decrement and pre-decrement. Post means use then change. Post form means use then change. Post form of the operators, post form of the increment and decrement operators use their current value and change their value before the next execution of the line. Okay, we can say that the post form of the increment and decrement operators use their current value and changing their value before the execution of the next statement. Pre-forms first change their value, then they are using their value. First they change their value and they use their value. These are the two forms of increment and decrement operators. Okay. Look at the structure of a C++ program. This is a simple program to find the area and perimeter of a rectangle. This is a simple program to find the area and perimeter of a rectangle. Look at each statement in detail. We can see here the first three lines are similar. Hash include IOStream using namespace std int main. These are common in all the C++ program. These are the basic statements in every C++ program. Then for finding the area and the perimeter of a rectangle, we need what variables we need? Which we need length and breadth. We know that area of a rectangle is length into breadth and perimeter of a rectangle is 2 into length plus breadth. So we need length and breadth of the rectangle. So we are specifying the variables here, float, length, comma, breadth, comma, and we need to find perimeter. So we are specifying the variable peri and we are specifying the variable area here. So we need to enter the length and breadth of the rectangle. So we are specifying in the cout statement, enter the length and breadth of the rectangle for making our program more user friendly. For making our program more user friendly, we are just put the statement, enter the length and breadth of the rectangle in cout statement, and we need to input the length and breadth, C in length and breadth, and we need to find perimeter. So we are specifying the formula, and we can say that perimeter is equal to 2 into length plus breadth, and we are calculating the area length into breadth, and we are displaying the perimeter and length. So in this program, all the declaration statements, all the input statements, output statements, and assignment statements are used in this program, and it terminates with the return 0. So that's all about today's section.